Y'all, I'm so mad. My microphone died, so I'm just using the camera mic. So bear with me for this video, y'all, because I'm ready to roll and I don't have time to charge my mic. So, hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. This is going to be my BYOP video for December. I am a week late. My collab with Kelly, but I could not miss this one. So if you want to see my eyeshadow reflections palette, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think, and if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm great. I'm annoyed that my mic, I'm so mad, but it's okay because things happen, and at least I'll be able to see what the camera mic really sounds like. That'll be good. So let me know how you're doing in the comment section or the chat, whichever you prefer, and let's get this show on the road. Now, I have not been as consistent as I wanted to be with the collab with Kelly and I, so we're kind of deciding, like, you know, do we want to keep going with the Build Your Own Palette Shop My Eyeshadow Stash collab? I really do enjoy doing it, but like last month, oh my gosh, y'all, I think I mentioned that, you know, Marky had this like delayed reaction to the anesthesia from getting his teeth removed, and I'm still dealing with that. I've just not been as consistent as I wanted to be on YouTube, but I'm back, and you know, this is such a joy for me. In this collab, I really enjoy it because it gives me a chance to use my eyeshadow singles, because without it, I really don't go for singles at all. I am a palette girl, and I'm gonna continue my singles no buy indefinitely at this point. At one point, I was just collecting them like pennies, and you know, I realized that I don't use them, but the ones that I have are beautiful, and many of them, especially the ones that are shifty, have very similar shifts to the ones that I see releasing now. I don't think they would even add anything to my collection if I were to purchase any eyeshadow singles at this point. So I am going to refrain from buying eyeshadow singles, but enjoy the ones that I have. So this collab is an open one, and basically we just pick 10 shades based on whatever theme we pick. And in December, we always do a reflections palette that pretty much sums up our year. And this one is a little bit different for me because in the other times that I've done this collab, I've picked out different shades based on things that I've done throughout the year. But that's not what came to me this year. This year, this palette reflects, I would say, more so where I've moved in terms of how I'm feeling about eyeshadow. So let me go ahead and show you my palette, and don't forget to check out Kelly's video. And if anyone else did this collab, I'll have their video as well. So here's my palette, and as you see, it's pretty neutral leaning. I would say 2024, I'm not gonna say it wasn't my year for eyeshadow, because I definitely was wearing eyeshadow. I wasn't wearing as much, and I wasn't really wearing super colorful looks. I wasn't buying all the palettes. It was a year of me moving away from getting every single indie palette release that was coming out, getting all the sparklies, doing all the bright, vivid, colorful looks. And I started to go for more muted, neutral, even cool tone leaning at times, shades, not as many duochromes. And I really started to get into what is my eyeshadow look, and I think I've pretty much found it. I started off doing so many like grungy looks, and I still love grungy. I still love the grungy greens, those antique-y kind of industrial colors. I still love all of that, but it's more of the application and maybe how heavy and how I blend. All of that has changed. The other thing that has changed is that I started doing like all matte looks. 1 and done, 2 and done, like all matte, no shimmers. And that was something that I wasn't doing at all. So 2024 was a transition, I would say, and a pivotal year for me when it comes to makeup, because I really started to find my style. And in that, I was not reviewing as many palettes. Not only was I not reviewing as many palettes, I just wasn't even motivated to film the palette reviews, because filming time for me is at a premium. Something my dad would say, it's at a premium. And so when I do sit down to film, I want to do something that I want to do. And if I'm not feeling it, I don't do it. And that's why I would get palettes or even receive some NPR, and I wouldn't have a review for them. And, I felt a little guilt with that, but like I said, time is precious, and I really struggled with that in 2024. So this palette really does reflect where I am right now with my love of eyeshadow and the shades that I like to use. And I felt like this palette has enough variety in it where I can create something warm, something cool. I can have some regular non-shifting metallics, and I don't even think I have any duochromes here, but I've got some nice sparklies if I want to do something that's more glam. And I also tried to pick shades that weren't just my typical shades that I pick, especially for the mattes. All my mattes are from Sydney Grace, by the way, and then I do have a couple Terra Moons and maybe a Cleona shade in here. So we're going to get started with the swatches, and the first shadow I want to show you is Mocha Twilight, and this is by Terra Moons. I love Mocha Twilight, and this is going to go great with the Mocha Mousse Pantone color of the year this year. I just think this color it's stunning to me. And I don't say that about many shadows, but I love the tone of this one, and I love the sparkles in this. I'm not a fan at all. I'm not even a huge fan of holochrome shades. Is that what they call holochrome? Yeah, shades. So I like that these sparkles, they're just like beautiful silver sparkles in here, and I just think it's a great shade. Next, we have Concrete Road from Sydney Grace. This is a cool tone gray. It almost looks a little taupey, I would say. It's not just a straight on gray. So I wanted to include that for my cool tone color. And then we have Rune. Rune is from Cleona. It's one of their single shadows, which I feel like are totally underrated. They get most of their acclaim from the stained glass shadows, but I think Rune is just really beautiful, antique-y gold. From Sydney Grace, we have Beach Days. Now, Beach Days is from one of the monthly bundles. I can't remember. When I was going through my shadows, I was like, I don't think I've really used this one beyond filming a video, so let's try this one out. This is a really, I would say, neutral leaning cool. No, I think it's a straight neutral brown. And that's going to look good on the eye. That's going to be great for, I probably could diffuse it out to be a transition, but even to lightly smoke out the outer corner. This one is called All Mine, and it's in this shade. It's in the light formula, so there's a dark one. One of their bundles might have had like a light and a deep, so that's what I'm thinking. This kind of reminds me of like the camel or peanut butter shade that I like to use from Sydney Grace as a transition shade. Ooh, and this one is from Pretties for Your Face. This actually reminds me of Kelly. I know Kelly has a shade with a few shades with Pretties for Your Face. This is Virgo. Kelly, is this your shade? I know you have two other ones that I have. Is Kelly a Virgo? I can't remember. But it's Virgo. And I think you can always use a rose gold in a palette. I think it goes with everything. Next we have this shade Alpha from Sydney Grace. And this is a really deep, cool brown. And again, these don't always swatch the best. But y'all know Sydney Grace is like a no-fail eyeshadow brand for me. I don't think I purchased anything from Sydney Grace in 2024, which is crazy. I don't think I did. Because, you know, when it comes to indie brands, Sydney Grace is one of my favorites. But it also goes to show, like, their products are really timeless. All right, this next one is from Cleona. And this was from it was a little trio they had, a holiday trio. Probably from 2023. This is the shade Tinsel. It was like 3 shades. And I love when Cleona comes out with stuff like this. Beautiful. Look at that. It's going to be so pretty on the lid or just in the inner corner as a point. Next we have the shade Roasting Chestnuts from Sydney Grace. And that's just a plain shimmer. It's like a peachy color. And our last shade is also from Sydney Grace, and it is called So Shiny. And let me know how you feel about this little living room setup. I sit out here to do my declutter videos, and I haven't moved everything, but it's just really comfy to sit out here. So here is my Reflection palette. Again, this really just reflects like my change in eyeshadow, application, color choices, types of looks. And last year was, I don't know, it was a pretty chill year. I'm just trying to think of significant things that I did. I took the boys to Miami for spring break. We went to Vegas in the summer as per usual. I did have a breakup last year, so you know, I didn't really talk about it, but most of you knew or figured it out. And that was okay. Like, everything is okay with that. But that was a significant thing that happened in 2024. But it was a calm year, and I'm blessed to see a new one. So on my face, I'm wearing a couple dabs of the Prada foundation. I have on my Natasha Denona concealer, and you might see a little hint of Melt Sandy Cheeks blush. I have on the shade a Demi Mott from Chanel, and then I have on my NARS eyeshadow primer. So let's see how it's gonna look to do this look here in this living room setup. Move this back. All right, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna take this brush from Dose of Colors and start with this shade right here. Can't remember the name. All Mine. Do y'all know I lost my label maker? And watch me find it. I just bought a new label maker, and I'm so excited to label everything in my life right now and label tape. I just wanted to share that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this pretty much all over the lid and take it pretty high up. I got like 15 minutes, y'all, but this is perfect timing. Not with this primer drying. Oh no. Let me just see if I can cover it up. Let me know how you feel about eyeshadow now. Like, did your preferences change at all this year? The thing is, or last year, I know that trends were saying, oh, eyeshadow's out and stuff like that, but I was not paying attention to that. This was just kind of a natural evolution for me. And one of the things that really led me to figuring out my style is that my students would always comment on my makeup. I did not ask. You know how kids are. And it was really the 5th grade girls, my former 4th graders. And they'd be like, makeup check. And they're like, no, that's too much. They're like, you are so pretty. Like, and anytime I would wear something like I could just go like this, they would be like, okay, yes. And that just let me know, because kids will tell you. Kids will tell you the truth. And even this year, I went into a kindergarten classroom, and a little boy was like, I like this. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I just had on something like this, and it might have had a little sparkle. And that just, you know, I would think the opposite of kids, like that they would want the glitz and the glam, and oh my gosh, it's so shimmery. But no, kids be telling the truth, y'all. They tell it. All right, I'm gonna go into the Beach Days shade here. I'm just gonna be doing like a little simple something. And that was another thing, like not using so many shades. Like I was always trying to use so many shades up until I would say 2024. there would be some of these videos where I would use all 10 shades and I would feel like, oh my gosh, I would feel so accomplished. And I'm like, well, for what? Like, you can't even see all 10. You just doing stuff to be doing it. And that's the other thing I stopped doing, because that's just not me. All right, so you can see a little bit of that deep shade. I'm gonna just take a dab of Alpha. I definitely don't want to take too much of this because I don't want it to be too smoky. But this is really deep, so I'm just taking the point of the brush. And like, to be honest, I almost want to stop the look right here, but we'll see. I might do a little shimmer. But like, these all matte looks have just been the bee's knees for me. So just so you can see. And like, the blend looks good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I almost want to leave it like that. But I think I'm going to take Roasting Chestnuts, which is this little peachy gold shade. And I'm going to just put that, let's see how, yeah, I'm just going to use that for my shimmer. Like, it doesn't always have to be popping, and that is fine. And that's what I had to realize. Like, hey, this looks good too. And that just gives it a little something special. Yeah, I think the way this look was set up, I could use any of these shimmers. But I want to pick the one closest to the mattes, just to give it a little texture. But I could also like top this with the tinsel shade right here. You know, we could do a lot. And this is something where it's like, okay, I could take this and make it like a nighttime thing, you know, by using some of these other shimmers and with the sparkles. Yes, okay. For the under eye, I'm just going to take Beach Days here. And I'm using this What's Up Beauty R107 brush. And I'm gonna take tinsel really lightly because I don't have any powder out here with me. Or I don't have any, I'm taking tinsel really lightly on the inner corner. I don't have any setting spray out here with me, so I'm just gonna try to be really careful. And that's it, y'all. And sometimes I don't even do the inner, I've been doing matte inner corner highlights. I'm gonna just try to blend it out because I don't want it to be, I want it to stand out, but I want it to blend in. So there we go. Now I did bring out a liner, see if I want to use it. It's Victoria Beckham Cocoa. I haven't even been, is this Cocoa? No, this is Bordeaux. I'm just gonna take that slightly. She has a new one out called Jeans, and I really want that, but I'm gonna see. ColourPop may have one. Where I'm, you know what? No. I am gonna look at my collection and see if I have a denim blue eyeliner. I have the Victoria Beckham one in the blue one, whatever that one's called. But the denim one is a little bit different, and I want that. But I'm gonna shop my stash first because her liners are so expensive. For mascara, I've been loving this one from Grande Lash. It's Grande Drama Intense Thickening Mascara with Castor Oil. And because I'm using the Grande Lash Serum, I think that this one really, like, it goes well, you know, it really accentuates the lashes, and the castor oil, I think, helps to condition and grow your lashes. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. But the serum, this is the most consistent. I have used the serum, and look, like, my lashes are so long. And this one is definitely thickening, so I'm hoping that this will continue to help enhance the effects from the lash serum, which I need to make sure I don't run out of. It's so quiet here. The boys got picked up at 7:30 because I had to be in my training at 10:30 because my county decided to open 2 hours late for no reason. And August was on time, and I wouldn't be able to get Marky to school and me get to my training on time. So, oh my gosh. I don't understand. This light just does not hold a charge. Like, what? Annoying. I just needed the final look, y'all. Dang. Ridiculous. All right, look real quick before it cuts off. That's the final look. It's about to cut off probably. That's the final look. All right, it's probably gonna cut off. But that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I want to know what you think about the final look, and I want to know how you feel about eyeshadow now that we're in 2025. Well, no, I just want to know how you feel about it in general. Like, has your style been changing? Have you been buying less palettes? Do you feel like everything's a repeat? Because I'm feeling like just about everything is a repeat, and some of the things that were special about eyeshadow is very commonplace now. And a lot of times we're able to get these special indie formulas in palettes now, which I don't think that was always the case. So you may not feel the need to purchase singles as much. And then some people just like the creativity of being able to move the singles around and, you know, create all these different things. So let me know where you are. I think based on my timing, it's hard for me to do that, but I do enjoy creating these palettes. So if we do January, it's going to be Mocha Mousse. I'm certain, because we always do Pantone Color of the Year, and I really do want to do that one because that's going to be a fun palette, because it's going to be right up my alley. So let me know what you think about my look. Let me know how you're feeling about eyeshadow. Don't forget to check out Kelly's video, because it's going to be in the description box. And let me know about the setup, and just let me know how you're doing. I miss y'all, and I'm so glad to be back filming. You know, I want to get consistent again. Like, things just, you know, just got kind of hectic during the holidays, but I'm not going anywhere. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. And I will see y'all really soon. Bye. Go on, block your